What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the NECA Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees. Here we do have Jason in the packaging. Now this is the Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get them open up, and then we'll have a better look at Camp Crystal Lake's Jason Voorhees. Stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Jason Voorhees posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Jason Voorhees here does come with two different head sculpts. He comes with a head sculpt where he has like a bed sheet wrapped around his head, which looks pretty good. And then he also does come with his unmasked head, which is really fantastic. Jason also does come with a hockey mask, which is removable. You can have him wearing it or have him holding it depending on how you want him. He comes with two grip right hands. He comes with an open grip right hand, and then he also does come with a smaller grip right hand for some of the smaller accessories. He also does come with quite a few weapons. He comes with a screwdriver, which is done really well. He's not a killer without a fire poker, and I really do like the way that came out. He comes with an ice pick, which looks really good. He also does come with an axe, which we see him hurl in the movie, which is done exceptionally well. And then finally, he comes with this really long machete, and it looks really good. You can have it stored right here on the side, although personally, I don't want to do that just because you might forget about it, and when you're moving his leg, that thing can go snap, so yeah, I'm not gonna keep his machete here. I'm gonna keep it in his hand. But other than that, Jason doesn't come with anything else. The only thing I can picture him coming with was maybe be the crossbow that he used. Was it crossbow or a bow and arrow? Either way, I'm still glad with what he came with. So let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at Jason Voorhees, and NECA did a fantastic job with this figure. Now, I wasn't collecting NECA figures at the time when they released the original Friday the 13th remake Jason Voorhees, so I don't have that figure to compare, but I do know that he does share some parts from that figure, and I think it's mainly just the jacket and maybe the shoulder piece right here, because everything else on him seems relatively new. We're going to have a look at his hockey mask here, and it is removable, and it does a really decent job of hiding his face underneath that. So even though you can see his one dead eye through the hole, you can't really see his other eye, which I really do like that it gives that illusion that there's nothing but darkness behind there. The hockey mask is done really well. It's done in almost like a bone color, and then you can see it has some wash on it. I don't know if it's a black wash or a brown wash, but it does look like it's a really old Detroit Red Wings hockey mask, and it does have the chevrons right here. Although it's not 100% accurate to the movie because the chevrons were a little more scuffed up, but seeing as how it's a smaller figure, I can let it go because getting them that scuffed up on such a small figure, might as well not even put them on. You can see he does have some studs right here holding the mask to the leather strap, and the leather strap does a really good job going around the head, and the mask fits him exceptionally well. Now, if you don't want him wearing the mask, you can of course take it off, and we have this really gruesome looking face, and it's just really well done. I want to say that it's the original head just painted and retooled a little bit. You can see his dead eye here. It's not 100% white. There's like a gray pupil in there, and it just gives the illusion that it's a dead eye rather than just a white eye, and it looks really good. You can see his normal eye right here is painted exceptionally well. He is a flesh tone, but you can see they painted all this dirt and dry brushing all throughout his face, and that just makes him look really like he's been out in the woods. He hasn't taken a shower in years. You can see the teeth on him practically rotting, and you can see he has almost like a cleft palate, maybe a hair lip. I don't know, but you can obviously tell that Jason here is not a normal person. Now, one thing I'm not too crazy about is the way they went about attaching his hair. I really didn't like the hair in the movie, so that's just one thing that this figure does have. It's hair. And he has long blonde hair. I want to say that it was stringier than this. Like, this is too much hair. Like, maybe his hair should be at the top of his head where it's all stringy and out of place. This seems like it's too much. Like, there's too much hair. And I'm not a fan of the long blonde hair. I think it should be a little more dirtier, maybe like a brown. And it's just really stark blonde, like Hulk Hogan blonde, and I really don't like that. But other than that, the head sculpt is done phenomenally well. You can see they even did a good job sculpting his neck, the exposed flesh. He almost looks sweaty at the neck, and I do like that. Now, one thing to point out is that they only did the dry brushing and wash effect right here in the front. If you look on the back of his neck, we really don't get too much of that detail, and it's a little bit of a shame because the rest of the figure is done really well. Taking a look at his shirt, you can see there's some tears in it. It's really old. It's not even white anymore. It's like this almost beige brown with some black wash on it. And it's just a lot of detail going through it. The wrinkles are done exceptionally well. You can see he also does have a zipper on his raincoat. Or petticoat, I don't know what you want to call it. But he is wearing this really big coat and it does look really good. You can see they did a really good job on the back. This little diamond pattern looks really good. You can see it almost looks like it's been torn up on this side, so I do like that little detail. You can see it's torn all the way up here. He looks like he's wearing another shirt underneath that. Maybe it's just part of the jacket. Again, really good job on this side. This side on the forearm looks a little more beat up than the other side. And it has some brown dry brushing right here at the bottom. Looking all around the figure, I really do like that dry brushing, although right here you can see it is a little bit scuffed up. Not in a good way, but overall the jacket is done really well. He of course does have that little holder where you can slide the machete in. I do caution about using it to hold the machete, because if you have him standing there and then completely forget you have his machete in, when you move his leg out you might accidentally snap it, and we don't want to be breaking accessories that are key to the figure. But you can see they actually did sculpt it to go under the shirt, so I really do like that. He of course is wearing black jeans, which look really good. You can see they have some tears at the knee. Some of his skin is exposed right there, so that's pretty cool. Really loving the detail on his jeans here. You can see the texture is really nice. You can see the seams right here, especially on this side. It's a little bit tattered right here at the bottom. We have some tears right here. And then he has boots, although I think his boots are a little too clean to be a murderous psychopath running through the woods, because these look brand new. Out of everything, Jason has time to go shopping for shoes, and they could have scuffed up his boots a little bit, because out of everything, that's the only thing I have to nitpick is his really clean shoes. But other than that, he's a fantastic figure, so we're going to actually get his mask back on, and then we'll have a comparison with a few other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Jason posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Jason posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we have Jason posed next to the NECA Leatherface and the NECA Halloween Michael Myers. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Jason's articulation. Now, he does have a ball joint here in the neck, so he can look up surprisingly well. He can look down quite a bit. He can tilt his head side to side, and that works really good. Does turn at the head left and right, so pretty good movement here on his head alone. Arms on ball hinges, they do go out to about that far. They do a full 360, although you want to be careful for the jacket because it does get in the way just a little bit. He does have a swivel here at the elbow as well as a single bend, giving us about close to 90 degrees. It's not perfect. We do have a ball hinge style joint here at his wrist, so he can move in and out. His wrist does swivel, and if you want to move that joint, you can, and now we have in and out and up and down swivel, so really good ball joint there. I want to say he does have a ball joint here in the torso. I can feel some movement as I move his torso, but his shirt is really thick, so you don't get any movement out of that ball joint. We do have a secondary ball joint at his waist, so he does turn left and right, does go back and forward, so pretty good movement there, as well as some slight tilt. Legs do go forward to about there, they go back to about there, they go out a surprising amount. Look at that, he can almost do the full splits. I really do like that. He does have a swivel up high in the thigh, single bend in the knee, but it does give us a little close to 90. We also do get rotation right there at the knee. He does have a hinge in the ankle, so it does move forward and back, but you can see the way his pants are sculpted. That's as far as it goes forward, that's as far as it goes back, and we do get a little bit of rocker ankle on that, and no toe joint. So overall, really good articulation here on Jason Voorhees. He's a really big beast of a figure to run from. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Jason Voorhees posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really love the way this figure came out. Even though the 2009 version of Friday the 13th is not my favorite Friday the 13th movie, I absolutely love this version of Jason. He was a really big, hulking menace character, and I think that's what drew me to this character rendition. Although he's not everybody's favorite Jason Voorhees, I can respect other people's opinion, but mine is that he is one of the best interpretations of Jason. Now, if you are looking for this figure, I have started to see him hit targets right now, and if you're a fan of this reboot, I would really recommend you pick him up. I was lucky enough to pick up my Jason Voorhees from my local comic book store, so huge shout out to the good folks of Black Sheep Comics for getting this out to me so I could review it for you guys. If you're a Friday the 13th fan, I think you want to have this Jason in your collection. The articulation on him is superb, and the accessories he comes with are really accurate to the movie, although I don't seem to recall him ever using the ice pick. I'm pretty sure he did use it at some point. This figure will run you about $25 to $30 depending on your area. I know my area is starting to charge $30 per NECA figure. My local comic book stores are selling these for $25, so it was a no-brainer to pick them up there. If you can get this guy and you're a fan of the movie, I really do recommend you add him to your collection. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other NECA videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. And while you're at it, check out my Instagram page for new and exciting action figure photos, and ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.